like give up so that others could have. So let me give you a vision for that. We had some buddies at the University of Arkansas who started something called a ramen holiday. Okay, so they noticed they didn't have a lot of money, but they went out to eat with their friends every Sunday, spent about $10. And they said, okay, what if instead of going out to eat every Sunday, we got together, made a big pot of ramen for like 12 cents, or like whatever it costs. And when we prayed for the food, we prayed for the world. And then we donated the money we would have spent on lunch towards somebody serving long-term in the 1040 window. Isn't that cool? And so, man, $10 doesn't seem like much, but when you multiply it times 3 or 4 people over the course of a whole year, it starts to snowball pretty fast. And so, man, I want to challenge you, what could you sacrifice so that others could have? And the cool thing about it is like that, by doing that, we're just imitating what God has already done. He sacrificed so that we could have. So it's a cool way to kind of participate and imitate the Lord in that way. So that's what it's like to be a sender. The other way you can get involved is by going. And going has 2 different aspects. It's by welcoming internationals and going overseas. And I love talking about welcoming internationals because New York is a lot more diverse than Arkansas, let me tell you, okay? And so there's internationals from everywhere. Are there internationals on this campus? Okay, what countries are they from? Everywhere, right? I mean, everywhere. And so there's a lot of different, I just love this because God's like, man, I understand that you're in college, you need to get your degree. So I'm just going to like mishmash the world in the college age, send some overseas to study abroad, bring some here to study in the States, so that you can interface with people from different cultures. Isn't that cool? And so I just want to like cast a vision for you. Like, what a sweet thing if every single person that got involved here at Binghamton went home not only with a diploma to their families, to their hometowns, or even their home countries, but also with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Wouldn't that be really sweet? Because, man, the people that go home with the gospel will be better missionaries to their family than we could ever be. Okay, so, man, reaching internationals is a really awesome way to have an impact for the world. The second way is by going overseas. And before I kind of talk stereotypically what it looks like to go overseas, I do want to talk, highlight, again, InterVarsity opportunities. InterVarsity has such a huge heart for the world, and we love that about IB. And so whether it be by getting engaged through something like NICUP, Basilea, or Urbana, which is coming up this year, I would say, man, let those be your go-tos first. And so we have some opportunities and some literature that we'll pass out to you guys from InterVarsity. But also on top of that, you guys, we have some other opportunities as well. Some of them are in the packets. If you didn't get a packet, I bet there's a friend in here who did get a packet, and we'll get you taken care of. You want to talk about it, bud?
Yeah.
So Hudson will come down and talk about maybe 3 different opportunities that you could do while being a college student to serve the Lord overseas.
Okay, don't open the packets. I know that's super mean.
I know.
Here's this awesome thing. You can't have it.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go really quickly just to give you an idea of what's out there. So the traveling team, we basically partner with about 10 different mission agencies who can literally get you anywhere in the world to do whatever you want to do, okay? And so I'm just going to give you an idea really quickly of some of our favorite ones. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, that'll be good. We'll just do these 3. This group is called Pioneers. You are literally limited by your own creativity by how you go through Pioneers. My favorite story to tell about them is they had a guy who was passionate about surfing, so they helped him set up a surf shop in Indonesia so that he could share the gospel with Muslims. So it's dude, what are you passionate about? Because they can help you do it among the unreached. Cupcakes in China, done, okay? So they got a trip over the summer called an Edge Trip. It's 6 weeks among an unreached people group, getting to see what it's like. So that's Pioneers. This group is called Interserve. These guys are unbelievable at using people's like degrees and skill sets. So they're like, man, if you're going to be a Christian accountant, that's awesome. Why wouldn't you be a Christian accountant where there are no Christian accountants? And so they have people all over the world doing all kinds of like business related things. You can get internships through them over the summer in the 1040 window. Engineering, business, you name it. They're doing awesome stuff all over the world. Medical, yeah. Anybody goes to PT school or something like that? You can do great internships like that. Okay, the last one that I'm going to tell you about is Veritas Christian Study Abroad. This is studying abroad while getting missions experience at the same time. They got 12 different locations that you can go to, and you'll get like credit back here at SUNY Binghamton, like 15 hours or whatever. And when you get there, they hook you up with a missions mentor who plugs you into the local church. I don't know if you know anybody who's ever studied abroad, but it can be very lonely spiritually. And so they get you plugged into a church so that you've got awesome community with other believers. And then they help you do about 7 to 10 hours a week of ministry in another culture. And so it is awesome to get to just kill two birds with one stone while studying abroad and getting some missions experience at the same time. So, yes, there you go.
Perfect. Sweet. Did any of those sound kind of interesting to anybody? Dude, I love the study abroad one a lot. So, and last thing on the overseas, this is me unashamedly looking at every single one of you in the eye and saying, will you at least consider giving your life long-term to the 1040 window? Because the harvest is plentiful and the laborers are so few. And so, I just want to challenge every single one of you, instead of asking, why would I do that? Ask, why not? Like, why wouldn't I be a part of what God's doing? So, back to our Christian World Christian. Here's where it gets a little personal. Draw a line between these two dudes. Okay? And if this is a growth line, the question is, man, where are you in between these two guys? So you might be on the side where you're like, man, this is the first time I've ever heard this before. I was like negative Christian the first time I heard this, okay? Or you might be on the world Christian side. You might be praying for unreached people groups like every single day and like reaching out to internationals and going overseas with every summer. That's awesome. Wherever you are, I want you to put a tick mark on the line of where you think you fall on that line. Just between you and the Lord, the person looking over your shoulder. No judgment here. Does anybody have room to grow? Okay, I like to do this every day and I still can't put my line any further than where I have it now. And man, the reason why I did that was because how do you even know to start growing in that direction? Do you just like have a vision and you're like, oh, 1040 window, I get it. Okay, that's not how it works. Somebody has to tell you about it. And that's where this third person who's been there the whole time comes in, the mobilizer. So the mobilizer is a world Christian who understands the needs in the world, okay? But he looks at the 1040 window, he looks at the rest of the world that's unreached and says, I can't do this alone. I've got to get as many people involved as possible. So the mobilizer goes back to the average Christian, tells him about God's heart for the world, so that Christian in turn becomes a world Christian, who then turns around and gets other people involved. This is spiritual multiplication, aka discipleship. Okay? We're big fans. Okay? So, man, we want you, if you get nothing else from this presentation, we want you to be mobilizers. And what does a mobilizer look like? Okay? It's just somebody who invites someone to do all of these things with them. So it's somebody who goes to NICUP and says, hey, you want to come with me? It's someone who says, hey, I'm going to give up Starbucks once a week to donate towards somebody going long term. You want to do that with me? Do I hear some Starbucks lovers back there? All of a sudden everybody got really twittery. Okay? It's somebody who says, hey, I am going to start praying for the world before IV on Friday nights for 15 minutes using this app on my phone. You want to do it with me? Okay, it's getting other people involved. And we as a traveling team, we're professional mobilizers, and we're piecing out mañana, okay? And we won't be back for another 2 years. So in the meantime, who's going to mobilize while we're gone? Yalla. Okay? So I'm passing the torch to you guys in all seriousness. Man, get as many people involved. Make the most of your college experience. And man, I know that we've just like given you guys a ton of info. And what we want to do is we'd love to have a personal conversation with every single one of you, if you're willing. And so to do that, we're leaving tomorrow, but we would love to give every single one of you a phone call for 10 or 15 minutes that just says, hey, how you doing? Do you have any questions? How can I help you? All right, let me pray for you. Done. And so to do that, we need to exchange contact info. So Hudson and I are going to give out all of our contact info to you guys right now. And then we need yours. So we just entered the 21st century and we got a contact card on the phone. Okay, so if you have an iPhone or a smartphone or whatever, pull it out right now. If you don't, we've got, or your battery said, we've got paper cards too. So pull out your smartphone and pull up your internet browser.
If you need a phone, or if you don't have, you can fill this out too, but either the phone or this.
Yeah, if you need the paper one, we've got some of those too. Pull out your internet browser and go to gosend.info. Gosend.info, not go send, but go send. Okay, always going to clarify. Gosend.info, and if you wouldn't mind taking a couple minutes to fill this out real fast, it'll ask what team you met with. We're team 7.